Welcome to episode 1 of the Dremel Like a Boss YouTube channel. Episode 1 is actually from stage 1, and it's actually a little bit before stage 1. When people enter my program, my membership, one of the biggest obstacles they have getting started with the program is that they need to set them and their dogs up for success with their current nail care. So I call it AKA phone a friend. That's what it's called in my program. So one of the premises of the program is that once you enter the program, we are very strict on how you are interacting with your dog for their nail care. So the problem is the dog's nails still need to get done. It takes about 2 to 3 months before you can actively be doing your dog's nails. And again, this differs depending on the person and the team, but on average, it's about 8 to 12 weeks before people are doing their dog's nails again. So we have to have options for the dog's nails to get done during this time frame, and I totally recognize that. So I give people options at the beginning, but I really feel like as I've done the program more and more that I need to kind of have this information even farther ahead of when I open the program, because I'm opening my program September 2022 for this year. So I feel like the sooner people have this information, the sooner they can get an option ready for them and to start maybe using that option so that they're already kind of in the groove when they enter the program. And it is for certain that people who follow this, so people who really separate themselves from all negative association with their dogs, with doing their dog's nails. So if they followed my advice on this, they get results quicker. They can move through the program quicker and they get their results quicker the farther they get themselves from any negative associations with their dog's nail care. Okay? So, my favorite option, if people can do it, is if a friend clips your dog's nails and you feed your dog. That is the best option. And the reason I want your friend to clip the nails and not Dremel the nails is because, again, I'm getting you as far away from any negative associations as possible. So your friend is doing the work and they're using a clipper. Now, if you have a friend that will help you with this, but they really only want to Dremel, that's fine. So that would kind of be the second best option, is your friend is still doing it, but they're going to Dremel and you're still able to feed your dog, okay? At the end of the program, I'm going to demo how the best way to kind of feed your dog. Again, I know it's a simple concept, but sometimes there's little nuances that make a little bit of a difference. So that's the best option. Now, there's quite a few people that can't do that. They really don't have anybody to ask to help them do their dog's nails. There's a lot of people that are kind of scared to do other people's nails, so I get that, no problem. The next option is to have a vet or a groomer, preferably a groomer, because vets are a little short-staffed right now. So have a groomer or a vet do your dog's nails, and you are not there. You're not part of the scene of the crime. You're not there. You drop your dog off, you sit in the car, and you go back and get them. Okay? That is the second best option. And again, this is just for a short period of time, but that would be your best option. The third option, so if you can't do the first two, you're like, I live in a rural area, or I don't really have a groomer I trust, or whatever it is, you feel like you still need to do your dog's nails, or for your dog to go to a groomer is truly upsetting, which is one reason you could be in the program, so I can understand that. The third option is you're still doing your dog's nails, but I need you to change as many parameters as possible. So the first thing is you're changing location. So you have to keep in mind that for your Dremel Like a Boss area, your nail care space that you're going to do the program in, you're going to do all the protocols in, you're going to come to the weekly class and you're in that space, you cannot do anything negative in that space. So you need to have a different location if you're going to do your dog's nails. So if your nail care space is in the basement, then you need to not be doing your dog's nails in the basement. If you're going to be using a grooming table, I would rather you not do your dog's nails on a grooming table. Do them on the couch instead, or on a bathing station, or a yoga mat, or whatever it is. If that's not possible, just change as many things as possible. So maybe clip your dog's nails instead of dremeling. So try to change as much as you can if you have to still be associated of doing it. Separating the space, even if you're using a grooming table and you're going to take it from one space to another, that helps. Just having a separate space where the dog is going to start associating the good protocols will help you. Again, it's going to be a little bit of a longer road because what happens is every time you do your dog's nails, you're going to go backwards a little bit and then we have to catch up. So again, it's not impossible. It's just going to take a little longer. So the more people separate themselves from this process, the quicker actually you can get back to doing your dog's nails. Okay? So let me do a demo on how I would recommend you feed your dog if you're going to have your friend help you with your dog's nails at the beginning of the program. Okay, so the first thing I would do is I would have a bait bag. When you are feeding your dog while your friend is doing your nails, we are really distracting the dog. That's really what we're doing. We're using management and we are distracting the dog. So I want the dog to know that they're going to get fed. I want the dog to know that there's food available, okay? So I would have a bait bag or an apron or something like that, or hold a bowl in front of you and feed your dog from the bowl. But you want the dog to know, excuse me, that reinforcement's going to be available, okay? Okay. So then the second parameter is how wiggly your dog is. So it really just depends how wiggly your dog is. So let me get my dog up here. And I may have to move my camera. Watch out. Okay. Okay, so. Okay, this looks pretty good. So I would be in front of your dog, okay? So you want to be as close to your dog's mouth as possible, and you want them away from your friend, okay? Good. So now you can do a couple things. Again, it depends how wiggly your dog is. If your dog is not used to eating from the floor, then you probably want to feed directly to their mouth from your hand. If your dog will eat from the floor, you could maybe put it in front of their 2 feet, okay? So sometimes that's easier, just putting it down here. Now, if you notice, my movements are very slow. I'm very calm. I'm not using a clicker and I'm not saying yes. I am just feeding my dog. That's all I'm doing is feeding my dog. And I'm just very calm. I'm very slow. Grooming is a very calm activity. It is not, we don't want our dogs excited when we're grooming them because they need to be still. They need to stay in place. They need to be able to accept handling. So if you start bringing out a clicker or start saying yes, your dog's going to get really excited and start moving a lot and wiggling a lot. And we don't want that. That's just harder on everybody involved, okay? So you just want to be slow and you want to be calm. And you see, I have space in between my treats. I'm not standing here just feeding and overstimulating my dog. I am just slowly feeding my dog, okay? You could also use a licky mat here. But sometimes you feeding your dog is easier than the dog licking something. It really, again, just depends on your dog and the experiences your dog has. But using a snuffle mat or a licky mat or a licky bowl is something you could try to do, and that may work, okay? Okay, so... and I have space in between my treats, as you can see. So then, depending on your dog's experience, if your friend is able, I would like them to put the foot down every time they do a nail. And you would feed for every nail, okay? Now, you may have to feed more than that, but if your dog is really wiggly, your friend may not be able to do their nails with you feeding your dog in the middle, okay? So the other thing you may have to do is kind of put treats here. If you, she's not going to let me do it. She's going to, good. Is have them look at a treat. If they can look at a treat, you can kind of do some Zen stuff if you have it. But again, that's a really hard concept for a dog. I would rather you just feed slowly, but you may be able to have them focus on it. But again, that's hard. So I'd rather you make your feeding as easy as possible. So if your dog is wiggly, then if your friend puts the foot down after every nail and then you feed your dog, then your friend doesn't have to deal with a wiggly dog. Now, that may not be enough feeding, okay? So if your friend is doing your dog's nail and you're able to feed them while they're getting Dremeled, that is great. But again, it just depends how wiggly your dog is going to be, okay? So you may have to just try a couple things out at first, and then once you and your friend kind of find a nice rhythm, then you're going to know where to feed your dog. Maybe you can feed while she's Dremeling, or you may have to wait until she puts the foot down and she's done with that one nail, okay? But your dog should get fed for every single nail. And so hopefully you and your friend can work that out, all right? So those are kind of my hints. Be calm, be slow, don't say yes, don't use your clicker, just feed your dog, be very calm. Work with your friend to find a way that is easy on your friend, but also keeps your dog calm. Again, if they have their foot lifted and your dog's pretty still and you can feed while they're doing it, that's great, but sometimes you can't. Okay? All right, I hope this is helpful. And I hope for any of you that are going to be joining my program that this helps you get kind of a leg up to get started so that you're on the right track when you start the program and have a way of keeping your dog's nails maintained while you're in the program. All right, guys, have a good one. Bye.